Welcome back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda. Last time, we ventured down into the well after returning to Kakariko and learning the Nocturne of Shadow from Sheik. There, we found the Lens of Truth, which will help us discern the truth about things in front of our eyes. With this handy little item, we can go cheat at a minigame I've yet to show off here in Kakariko Market Town. Or not Kakariko, my goodness. I'm thinking of Kakariko, because that's where we need to go. In Hyrule Castle Market Town. There you go. So, if we ignore the Bombchu Bowling Alley and the shooting gallery, should we come over here into the alleyway, there's another game. I believe it's through this door here. Oh. Well, this is the Bombchu shop. Not quite what I wanted to show. Or is it? No, it's not there. Maybe it's just this door out here? It's been a little moment. So let's try right here. Ah, here we go. The treasure box shop. Hey, guy.
Open a chest and surprise, if you find a key inside, you'll be able to advance. Left or right, try your luck. 10 rupees to play. Do you want to try it?
We sure do. So, you get a door key. With this door key, you can progress. Now, normally, this is a 50-50 shot, but with the Lens of Truth, you can see what's inside these chests. This is probably the most practical use of the Lens of Truth because this minigame is always random. So basically, just use the Lens of Truth to always pick the key, and then you'll get your piece of heart at the end of this. Technically, you can have done this without it. It's just much harder seeing as there's so many 50-50s in your way. I think the idea was statistically they put so many here that it would, supposedly be very difficult. Not impossible, obviously, but difficult regardless. So, it's certainly advised you wait for the Lens of Truth and then cheat. And I mean, hey, we're the hero of time. The guy doesn't need to know that we cheated. But, for playing quite fairly, you'll receive the first of the last pieces of heart. Winner! You got a piece of heart. Collect 4 total to make another heart container. There are now only 3 more pieces of heart in the entire game for us to collect. Kinda crazy, huh? I would say something similar for our TLoZ, but to be honest, our count is so messed up because I did the little glitch there. So I don't know if our number is actually accurate or if I've missed any. I don't think I have, but I know there was the one incident where I missed the one in the water temple and had to go back for it. Still, not a huge deal, just it's something to bring up that did happen. So, worst case, if we hit the end of the game and I think I missed one, well, maybe I'll go through the whole list or something and really be thorough and check. Still, I feel pretty darn good about it because I've been really thorough at actually following my notes here and making sure I'm not missing any of them. Still, who knows? Maybe I forgot to save one time after getting a Skulltula and oopsies, our count's off because of it. There are endless possibilities. Still, it's time to become an adult and go to the Shadow Temple. Ah, look at that nice green. It's good seeing Link back in his normal outfit after having spent so long in the Goron and Zora tunic. Still, I do like them. It's just, seeing that iconic green on him, it really does suit him. Otherwise, we'll play our nice new Nocturne of Shadow and warp directly to the graveyard. Now, if you've been following along, but you've decided to be a bit more lax than I have, coming up is going to be, I think, pretty much the only area in the game where you really need Din's Fire. Because In order to enter, you need to stand here and light all of these torches at once. Which honestly, talk about a really cool temple entrance, huh? So, if somehow you didn't remember to go back and get Din's Fire, well, let this be your calling card to go do that. Otherwise, welcome to the Shadow Temple. A place that, honestly, I really don't remember all that well. And the same is going to be true for the Spirit Temple after this. My memory is incredibly fuzzy. The shadow will yield only to one with the Eye of Truth, handed down in Kakariko Village. So, if it wasn't incredibly obvious, the game wants you to have the Lens of Truth. Yes, it is possible to beat the game without it, but they even put this giant message here to say, hey, you want the Lens of Truth. So, make sure to go get it. Make my beak face the skull of truth. The alternative is descent into the deep darkness. So as you see, everything in this temple is really going to rely on this item, which is honestly a really cool change to things. A lot of the temples we've seen really don't rely too heavily on items found outside of the temple itself. I like how the later temples in the game emphasize using both adult and child Link. I think it's really cool. Only one who has sacred feet can cross the Valley of the Dead. So yeah, that's a bit of a jump. Should you try it? Well, chances are you won't make it that easily. So, we need to do some sleuthing and find something to help us. Luckily, with our Lens of Truth, we'll be able to see. One who gains the Eye of Truth will be able to see what is hidden in the darkness. Now, even then, notice how this skull wall has blue eyes. Same with this one here. Shadow Temple. Here is gathered Hyrule's bloody history of greed and hatred. So as you can see, some walls have the blue eyes, some don't. This is basically here to trick you. So, if you have the Lens of Truth, it'll make things much easier. Though technically speaking, you could just jam your head into the wall. Otherwise, even the game is now telling you that Hyrule isn't exactly the nicest place. Or at least, it wasn't always. Beautiful. And I believe... I don't remember if these keys are invisible. I don't think they are, but some enemies will be. So, it's not a bad idea keeping magic handy. And man, if I could hit this keys, that'd be lovely. Because that's exactly what we need to get a nice little treasure chest. Ooh, and some money. Ooh, what do we got? I mean, let's be honest, it's probably either the map or the compass. Hey, the map. Very useful. I always do like finding the map and compass, unlike, again, the water temple, where, I kind of found the compass at the very end. A little funny, if nothing else, but, not intended, that's for sure. Shadow Temple. Here is gathered Hyrule's bloody history of greed and hatred. So yeah, it's a little annoying. What is hidden in the darkness, tricks full of ill will. You can't see the way forward. A lot of these messages are, a lot of repeats. So, it's a little annoying. And luckily, with the map, you can kind of discern what is and isn't real. Oh boy. Time for our rematch. As you can see, it's no different with Adult Link than it was with Child Link. Though, there are evidently more hands. Now luckily, we have Bigoron's sword, which gives us a huge advantage over Young Link. He does fine damage, sure, but the Bigoron sword really makes this guy a pushover. Now notice, jumping attacks really don't work because you're gonna just go right through them. I would recommend just doing spin attacks or even normal swipes just to save you time. Still, I imagine if you were good, you probably could land a jump strike pretty easily. But I would just recommend doing it like normal. Do a spin attack, and he'll be gone in no time. I also got to admit, I like that the game makes you fight him both as a kid and an adult. I also hate that his body twitches. Ugh. Ooh, what do we got? And what do you know? It's the dungeon item already. You got the hover boots. With these mysterious boots, you can hover above the ground. The downside? No traction. You can even use these to walk for short periods where there is no solid ground. Be brave and trust in the boots. These are a very interesting item because they make you slide around something fierce, but they do what they say. With the hover boots, you can walk on air for a short period of time. It's incredibly useful, and frankly, you're going to need them. Not only here, but in several other areas too. So, get used to playing with these things on. And technically, you don't have to always have them equipped. You can just unequip them where you need them. So, that's pretty nice. Still, they do look kind of cool, don't they? These gold winged boots. I mean, it's reminiscent of something in Greek mythology, like Hermes boots. I was gonna say, we already did that. So, there you go. As you can see, they make you hover, and it's honestly pretty nice. Ooh, Beamos. Let's grab some bombs for you there. Because I really don't want to deal with you. Interesting. You take more than one bomb. Who'd have thunk it? And, what's this, Navi? Well, it's a chance to use the Lens of Truth. Oh, boy. Oh, a Gibdo. Even better. Luckily, we're an adult and do more damage. Unfortunately, we're gonna get grabbed. Yep. Come on, no free rides there, friend. Yeah, these guys are so much worse than Redeads. So, let's try our age-old tactic of playing the Sun Song. It does still work, which, thank goodness. That will allow you to one-shot them with a jump attack from Viggoron's sword. It's super useful, and don't be afraid to play it. At this point in the game, they really expect you to take advantage of everything at your disposal, and frankly, you really should. In fact, if I wanted to actually be a little more optimal, we would have done a lot of things over in Gerudo Desert first, because there's a really powerful thing there that you can technically get as soon as you get the Lens of Truth if you don't know what you're doing. So, you can do a lot of things out of sequence, and frankly, I normally like going out of my way for that item because it's one of my favorite items in the game. But I figured for this playthrough, I would play it somewhat normally, and we would get things more when they're intended than when they aren't. At least I try to. Ow. Let me see here. Now, one big hint I have for the hover boots is that if you want to maneuver with them a lot more precisely, just roll in the direction that you're trying to go, and usually you'll build up speed and be able to move fairly quickly. Hookshot target. That's what I figured was over there. Man, that long shot is so darn nice. Also opens up the way. And two, because we already have the compass, we can actually see if we've missed anything, which we haven't so far. Very nice. This temple is kind of one of the ones that I honestly have missed so many things in before because it's such a big temple, and it really relies on you using the Lens of Truth, the map, and the compass. So, if you forget to grab one of them by complete accident, well, you might be a little hosed. And, well, down we go. Ow. Yeah, unfortunately, the hover boots don't stop you from taking fall damage, which does kind of suck. Otherwise, let's see. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on. Or at least, nothing we can do here. Lens of Truth doesn't show anything. And this block is in our way. So, not much we can do this way for now. And I'm certain you can hear the Skulltula as well, and trust me, we will be getting him. But we can't do anything at the moment. Does beg the question, what do you say?
This wall, it's saying something. It says,
If you want to see a ferry to the other world, come here. Right. And, you know, like I was saying earlier with the Hermes boots allusion to Greek mythology, that's probably a pretty big allusion to the river Styx in Greek mythology as well, which is honestly really cool. Otherwise, let's use our map here. Ah, missing an area in the big round room, are we? That'll do it. Which, to be fair, we probably needed this key to progress. That would make sense. Yeah. Use our Lens of Truth. That looks to be where we came from. Otherwise, we need to go that way. So my guess is we probably need to bomb it, which is why Beamos is here. I almost bet they intend for you to try to bomb Beamos, mess it up, and hit the wall. Yep. And wow, we are taking a lot of damage. I gotta be a little more careful. Still, that's why we have a fairy and several blue potions, so I shouldn't be too worried. Oh, hello there. I guess the bow will work just fine. Maybe you'll drop some hearts or some arrows. Also useful. Ah, there's a heart. Very nice. And you, my good sir? Whole lot of nothing. Cheapskate. And ooh, guillotines. Very fun. Ow. Yeah, that's part of the no traction that kinda isn't very great about the hover boot. You can hover, but you really do have no traction. So it's really easy to slide.
watch for the shadows of monsters that hang from the ceiling.
Thank you, Navi. I appreciate you. That's the game's way of saying, please don't dilly-dally, and you'll regret it. Which, it's not wrong. And man, talk about a scary part of the game, huh? Guillotines. It's not every day you see cartoon characters dealing with death, you know? Also, hello, Stalfos. Back to your old tricks as usual, I see. Still, nothing big around sword can't deal with. Let's take a look around. Ooh. Bunch of hidden platforms, huh? Very sneaky. Very sneaky indeed. I want to say... I think our first Skulltula is coming up. I don't remember, but... Yeah, this feels familiar. So I want to say in my notes, yep, room with 2 chests. That pattern looks familiar, doesn't it? And it should, because there's a big scythe swinging around. Ah, this game is a real big tease with some of the things it does. Otherwise, what is this, time block, is my guess? I might be wrong, but usually when Navi hovers and there's nothing there with things evidently on top, it's a block of time. Very nice. Because frankly, I could use the recovery hearts. I'm not going to shun those. I don't need the $20 the like drop, though. Otherwise, how do I open this room up? That I don't remember. Keys. That's probably how. Defeat all the enemies. I guess there's probably one across the room, too. That's a fairly good guess, I feel. Oh, there we are. Probably shouldn't be trying to use the long shot for this, but I don't want to burn all my arrows right now. I have a feeling we'll need them for later. So if I just miss 87 more times, we'll be all good. Install the keys. It is beautiful. Yeah, as you can see, this temple gets tricksy with hiding enemies and things. Ooh, there's our first Skulltula. Very nice. I want to say, let's see, in my notes, we should technically be at 82, give or take. Also, hidden chest, very sneaky. Ooh, bundle of arrows, very nice. But again, because I did the Skulltula glitch, our count's off, and even then, I don't know if it's right. So, we should be at 82, we're at 84, and I feel like that means I might have accidentally missed one. But I guess we'll see by the end of the game. We'll see what our final count is. And worst case, if I did miss one, well, whoopsies. Oh, come here. Please turn that lens of truth off. That makes it incredibly laggy. There we are. And then let's see. Ooh, barely make it. A little uncomfortable, but we're all good. And I think, let's look around here. There's a little statue. Looks like this is the way to go. Some spike trap, which is a little weird again. You don't see them too often outside of dungeons or anything like that, so it's kind of interesting seeing them used in such an interesting manner. I say this like it's peculiar that they're in a dungeon, but no, it really isn't. Otherwise, how much do I want to bet you're hiding a rupee inside you? Ooh, good throw. And I was on the money. Grab that, open up the way. Keep on moving. Otherwise, how are we doing on chests? Pretty darn good. Awesome. And, oh wow, yeah, there's plenty in here. Oh, this room. I always thought this room was so cool. Only one with the eyes of truth will find the stone umbrella that protects against the rain of blades. That's an interesting way of saying you need to find this hidden block and push it along the path to stop those spike blocks from crushing you. I think it's a really cool solution to this puzzle. And I believe once you have it out, yeah, you don't need to use the lens of truth anymore. But yeah, what a cool puzzle. And I love the words they use too. The stone umbrella will protect you from the rain of blades. Like, how neat is that? What a cool way to phrase it. It's much more interesting than if you just said, yeah, find the big block and it'll stop the blades from crushing you. Like, yeah, it would have gotten the point across, but that wouldn't have been as cool, would it? Oh, I did that wrong. That's what I get for running my mouth. Still, we'll pull our big block back on out. Just like so. And start pushing them. There we go. And I want to say it's once we get two of them at once, that's when you gotta pull it. Because otherwise you'll get crushed the other way. It's tricky, Also, I probably don't need the Lens of Truth on right this second. And otherwise, that should actually get us out here. Ooh. And while I'm here, grab a nice little treasure if I can stop sliding around. Some arrows. Very nice. I don't actually think I needed them, but still, I'll take what I can get. What about in here? Ah, the Sculptula. Very useful. And otherwise, I don't see any hidden goodies. Let's keep pulling you. So I think now we need to climb on you. Yes, we do. I always really liked this room. Again, namely just for the wording alone, I thought it was cool. Use our hover boots. Oh, and interestingly, there's a thing too. If you're using magic power and you try to do a quick spin, it won't actually give you the magic strike effect, which is kind of cool. What does this do? Ah, it gives us a chest. Very nice. Uh-oh. Huh? You know what? I'll take it. Can't say I've ever seen that happen before, but interesting. Also, ooh, we actually needed that chest. Okay. And the other one's over there, which means I probably just have to do this. Easy enough. And we get 5 whole rupees. Sure, I guess. Why not? And then I think we have to ride these up? Oh, maybe not. I guess let's look at our map. So we are... Oh, I see what's happening. We are technically a level above. There we go. So then we need to head north from here. Alright. Save our game. Should be easy enough. Don't get crushed on the way out, ideally. And now let's see. Ah, hidden platforms. That will do it. Which doesn't look like... Yeah, there's none here. But there's still a way to go. Ooh. Alright. Get on here. And again, at least this is all very simple. But, man, does it really rack the nerves. Because the minute you take that lens off and you can't see your feet, oh, does it get a little dicey feeling. I see I just hovered on air, did I? Can't say I like that. Still, we see read ends, play the sun song, make our lives much easier. Ah, that's why. This is a very interesting interaction. These spikes here, for whatever reason, they won't hurt you if you have the hover boots. I don't know why, but it's kind of cool. So just hover on over the spikes, and if you can stop sliding... I mean, look, I'm sure it's very fun, but, there we go. We can grab 5 whole rupees. Very nice. Probably not what we're actually looking for, but hey, take what we can get, even if our wallet is full. Still, in the event that you weren't very good at the game, I do think it's nice that there's the complete chance that you could be using all this money to continue to buy blue potions to really help you get through the game. So honestly, I think it's really nice that they do give you so much money, because all it does is help inexperienced players out, which is really nice. Oh boy. Ah, giant skull, first thing. Cool. I hear keys. Aha! Fire keys. Ooh, good shot. And not so much on you. But that's okay. And then otherwise, what do we got going on in here? Well, I see a golden Skulltula. If I can hit him. There we go. Another token for us. Very nice. Hop on up. And, hello, keys. Goodbye. Very lovely. And, I did it. Cool. Now, based on there being bomb flowers and a big open skull here, it should be fairly obvious what to do. And besides, you had practice earlier in the game for doing the same thing. Blow open the skull, grab a little small key, and you're good to go. I do like that they teach you a lot of things like that early on, which is really cool. Like, oh, bomb flower, big open hole, chuck in a bomb. It just makes sense. And it's one of those things that really will stick with you and help you get through the game. Because when in doubt, just do something you've already done before. It usually works pretty darn well. Oh, that's not how to get up there. Or is it, and I'm just being bad? Money's on the... It's a hookshot target. Well, I was gonna say I'm just being bad, but no, I was just wrong. And what fun do we have in this room? Spiky thing. And wind? Huh. Well, this is one instance where the game's trying to teach you something. Should you use the iron boots, wind will not affect you at all because you're weighed down. This is another somewhat hard-learned lesson. And, guess that's real. There you go, pal. Yeah, wind doesn't like heavy metal. Go figure, right? So, simply use your hookshot and your iron boots. You'll get through just fine. Another interesting thing that you may not have ever thought to do is to backflip with the iron boots. It still works. Kinda weird, huh? Oh, and here's another cool puzzle. There's a hidden room there, but you won't be able to make it with a normal run. So what you're supposed to do is wait for the fan and help it blow you off into the room. Isn't that cool? Otherwise, I think next time we play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we'll see what's through this door and continue the Shadow Temple. As always, I'm Brad. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.